Mega, let's get this one started. JKS looking to be tested heavily outside, and he's already tapped away at the first. Expected trade. He actually took a second. I can't quite believe it. And now this duel keeps going. All right, it's deathmatch to get this party started. GG.bet odds at the top of your screen show a heavy favorite towards the Thieves, but we've got ourselves a 4v2, and Bentek just beelining it for a plant. Uh-oh. Diaz is already there. That smoke will enable him to plant. He's getting a little second guessing here, but now starting to get it down. That's good. 800 bucks into the pocket should they concede. Anything left for Som?
E250 and a bit of arm is all he's got to work with. It's a little bit rough here, to say the very least, but they're going to give it a good go. Glad to see the CTs right through it, but that ain't bad. But he wanted something crisper on the second. Can he isolate any more? Yes, he can! Som. And Bentek's still alive. He's buying time here. He's going to be dead. And
wait, what?
Excuse me? We switched. How did Som get that other... excuse me?
So Bentek gets the kill. The molly finishes off Bentek. Gen.G win the round eventually.
Yeah.
Can we roll that back?
That wasn't how that one was meant to go down. There was a lot of utility for that retake. I know there was low HP on a couple of the players, but Som there had to be the hero, right? Look.
You got a 2v4 there, right? Like I'm not wrong.
That's a straight 2v4.
That was a
Bentek damage 2v4.
Yes,
every day of the
5
week.
HP.
Every day of the week, 100 Thieves should have been taking that one right there. So the fact that they've dropped the ball, oh, they're responding with a force buy. So we can see here they've got a couple of pistols in play. Shotgun, Automatic's already down the vent. This is very quick.
Down.
No.
Where's this game, dude?
On the frag. Okay.
Sorry, Alex. What did you just
say? All right. Automatic's low sight, and Liaz knows it. So this should be, I say that with bated breath, a frag for Automatic. He's already taken a Deagle 50 caliber round to the kneecap. 4 versus now 3. Liaz's Deagle is connecting. My God, it's a bloodbath here to start off Nuke. So many kills in such a short space of time. 2 AKs to be recovered for the CT side. Suddenly, oh, Gen.G are a massive disadvantage. There's another AK to be retrieved. Grat will pick that up. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The weirdest start to a map in quite some time.
Yeah, Automatic reappears from the vent like, right, I guess my team's been slaughtered. What the hell do I do here? That ramp shutdown was nuts.
Yeah, with the fact that Automatic got into enemy territory within the first, I don't know, 15 seconds of the round, and then everything else fell apart so quickly, that was chaotic, to say the least. And oh, speaking of chaos, they won the first map against Furia over there on the B stream. They're under map number 2 right now, so that's a big scalp for Chaos to be. Yeah, so if you want to check that one out, you guys know where to find it. But there will be the force buy in return right now from Gen.G. There's 2 smokes in play. It doesn't look like it'll be over towards Yard. It's going to be a ramp push.
Okay, Liaz, oh, they're softened up by the nade. He should find the spray, but one, I think that's not enough. They can descend lower, or they can rush towards heaven. What's the option? Full flash on Jacob. Grat's trying to keep him safe, but he's caught a bullet already. Finished off by the CZ. This is going to keep going back and forth at this rate. Nice nade. Does tickle up Bentek down to 29, Som 2, but they want to continue advancing towards this heaven position. Jacob, the challenge and the spray is golden. All 3 in quick succession leaves Daps with very little hope and very little options. No bomb. Now underneath the toes of Jacob with 3 frags already to his name. He's now ascending the ladder. And with JKS swinging out main, looks like we've got ourselves round 2 in the bag for the Thieves.
Can we take a breath now?
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Cool.
This is 3 rounds.
Well, this should be a save now. So we can all just sit back, you know, just calm down a little bit. It should just be the Glocks coming out here from Gen.G. There's the push around into the hands of Jacob. I love these camera angles we're working with this time. We haven't had this before. This is a new little fly-through option. I think MC from Down Under was doing some of the work. I'm not sure if he's still with us. It's probably about, I don't know, 6 AM in the morning right now where he is. But here's the Glocks coming on it. Now, as this one moves forward, one of the keys that I noticed with how 100 Thieves approached this map in the past, it was based off heavily on Grat, heavily on JKS. Those 2 individuals... Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's a double Glock kill. And Ku's just got another one. I don't blame the observer. I wouldn't have expected anything from him either. It was a Glock, no armor. He's got 2 quick kills. And now Jacob looking to save the day. He's on the bomb.
What does that mean?
He has the kit. They can stop him with the FAMAS. Bentek's too scared. He's going to get the ninja. What a round. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. Counter-Strike's weird. What's happening? We're seeing Glock doubles. He picks up the AK. It's a defuse. All of that hard work from Kusta squandered from the defuse. Jacob saves the day.
Wait, what? It says 5 kills in round 4 for Kusta. Is that right?
Huh?
I'm really confused, everybody.
Can we just watch this first 4 rounds in slow motion again?
Please.
Let's just do it all over
I'm
again.
not used to this,
Yeah,
Alex.
Lauren,
I've come back in and I don't understand.
They're not pulling the punches for your first game.
I don't.
Bloody hell.
Nuke never used to be like this. This used to be the thinking man's map. Oh, look at them pulling a rotation or two. No. Bang them out with Glocks, boys. What is this?
Okay, they're pushing main. I love the angle from JKS. He should at least have one here. Yep, through the fire. He finds the line, and Daps now knows exactly where to find him. He does have the support of Grat here. Flash above the peak. Oh, it's perfect. Look at that synergy.
I mean, Chad said it right at the start, right? You want those two. They're your big names to be coming together on the outside area, and this is the perfect example of them shutting it down. But there is still some, and there is still 3 players. He did get 1 on the way, but the next couple are going to be the kind of bigger tasks. Bomb is in a far from ideal spot, and he should lock this one out. How can he isolate these players? There's another 1v1. That's probably how. Molly goes in. Bomb's still unretrieved, though.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Grat will find him eventually. Great work all around from JKS. You talked about him being instrumental, Chad, but why are your hands in the air like that?
So I just had to go back and watch the scoreboard and check Skybox just to make sure that Kusta did get all those kills. He got 2 Glock kills.
Yes.
He picks up an AK.
Bangs out heaven.
What on earth was that?
I know,
That is
really,
insane.
It's the Kusta that I get excited by.
Look, you feel like a loss, the Thieves, when you win the round, but you feel like you lost it because that was just against 1 man and Glock. I cannot believe what we've seen so far in the early stages of this game. Now, can we please take a breath? Can we actually?
Do you call this pause?
Look, I wish I had that power. I've been working on it.
Gen.G, they're taking stock, and so can we. Scores are on the doors. You can see that Som and JKS have been your most influential players for either side. And Kusta, not surprised to see him at the top with 180 yard, but most importantly, 5 kills, all in 1 round, according to the scorebot. That was so close to being converted. Jacob, though, just having the initiative to jump on that defuse after the amount of chaos that must have been ensuing in their comms.
How do you calm down from that as a player as well? Like, you're just like, right, I'll just go full defuse, guys. Don't worry. We've had a madman run around with a Glock against us, but I've got it.
Even Kusta's teammates are probably wondering what just happened.
I think we all are, but I guess we can boil it back a little bit. We have the SMGs out, Azure and Jacob, but a little bit of a back and... Can someone slow down Kusta? Can someone just remind him that, you know...
There's another 25 rounds here. Like, let's chill out.
Easy.
Pace yourself. But yeah, he actually banged JKS down through the hut to 20. He'll descend the vent now to ensure he can survive full length of this round. Grat now responsible entirely on his own for the yard position. JKS rotating around to support him from Secret. Love that. It's a headshot angle. That low HP really has much less of a factor to play now for him. Lining up some outside smokes. Looks like they might either question this or try and keep the CTs guessing. Unfortunately for them, though, JKS's position, he'll be able to call this fake instantly.
Just a brilliant addition on this one. I guess Bentet's there to try and sell something if he decides to go for it, but that's not the case. And as you said, information will be poured through. It'll trickle down. Elias might prepare himself. Definitely hearing Daps, definitely seeing that, and definitely knowing what's coming, but receives a fair chunk of damage his way. But Automatic's backed from this. This isn't their end goal.
Okay, so Bentet's going to moonwalk if he's not careful into Grat's AWP. And actually takes down Azza, quickly traded. He's in a lot of trouble, though. Close quarters AWPing. He's going to get overwhelmed. Grat! Oh, he can hear them all. It's Kusta to find the head. Automatic as well. And now JKS, the earlier tagging from Kusta, looks like it's forced him to save. Can't compete. And Gen.G, that's probably the closest and slowest success we've seen.
It's going to slow down now. 100 Thieves here, they're going to have to consider potentially saving, or if they want to go for another force buy. We just saw 2 MP9s on that top site with Jacob going like a madman into the hut, not playing out for them. So I wouldn't hate the force buy, knowing that they have this rifle, knowing that Jacob is going to be able to get something decent on the board as well. You can find yourself going down a very slippery slope if you're not keeping the rounds competitive. We have a magic number. You want to try and keep them to 3 a round. You know, make sure you're getting 3 frags, even if you are losing, just to make sure that economy doesn't swell out of control. Gets a little bit harder to monitor now in CSGO with the SMGs. It was much easier in the previous iterations of the game. Source and 1.6. The money management was probably how my parents did it. And now money management's a little bit more difficult for us. What are we? Gen Y?
Millennials.
When they call the kids on the internet call me a boomer.
That's because you present as one.
I think I look pretty hip, Lauren. I'm pretty jazzy.
That sounds like the thing my dad would say.
I'm pretty jazzy.
Yeah, I'm pretty hip, actually, Alex. I'm pretty down with the kids.
Look, I know.
Fashion comes full circle. Don't worry, one day you'll be wearing my shirt.
This shell suit will look brilliant change in a year or two.
Oh dear. So it will be the force buy. So here we go. You can see the buy coming out behind that M4 in JK's hands. He has to be the, I guess, turning point for this round. What are we going to see?
Going for it.
One.
Ooh. Oh, he's got courtesy. Takes some damage for it. In fact, I thought he was going to lose his life. It's Daps caught. Grat will take first blood. And look at Bente. He wants the duel. He might even win it. Just the spray. Such long range to be controlling at that.
Ballsy as well. Just out in the open, you know you've had this JKS Gratisfaction combo out there. Double dipping on it, not going to get the second chance though. He's going to have done the first bit of damage there.
Oh, good move from Automatic to evade the nade. At least the consistent damage. JKS could find another here, but he's got so much to deal with. Silo could bop his head off at any time, and he's cautious and paranoid of that. Numbers advantage for 100 Thieves here. That smoke will force him forwards. Gets the shot he wanted, but doesn't hit it. And now Kusta continuing to be a real thorn in the side of 100 Thieves and Automatic.
I love it. Catching the pressure, you play towards ramp, you start hit towards lower. You've already got your player on the outside watching that play towards secret. I love the exploitation of that. Even playing with 2 AWPs at this point is never going to be easy on the D side, but they made a use for it. But now the kind of swing and pendulum turns towards the other side, and obviously the big damage that could have been done has now been eliminated because the guns were removed away from them. We're left with what, an SMG and a shotgun?
Yeah, I mean, retaking low sights hard at the best of times, never mind with shotguns and SMGs. I don't know really what the options are available to them. Definitely taking one, if not both of those AWPs away would be beneficial, but it looks like just a scavenger hunt is on the cards.
2 AWPs on the T side. You don't see this every day. You don't see this every week. It's very rare. I used to have a rule back in my teams, there was no AWPing on the T side, right? Nuke has obviously developed a lot. It's become a lot more open. The map has changed since previous iterations. But hold up, they can't even hold on to the guns here. Jacob was trying to save an AK. He gets his head taken off. Azza will save this M4. But this is the problem now. One of the tricks that Threat started buying into was, this is a couple of years ago, is if you keep letting them hold on to decent rifles, then they will keep force buying behind them, right? So you're going to have to take a save at some point here if you are the Thieves. You need to get all the goodies. The CT side, we need the Molotovs, we need the smokes. You need to be able to lock down those choke points early, so at least you can, I don't know, deal with the rushes.
I do feel just because how chaotic the first couple of rounds were, even though they won them, you kind of get into that, I just want to keep fighting it.
True.
And it's I hope they don't fall foul to it. It does seem as though they've kind of finally stepped back and gone, all right.
So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that one of the rifles got lost there, because you're right, Chad, it could have been a little bit like, well, what about an MP9, a little Kevlar vest? It feels good.
Treat yourself, you know?
Yeah, but it can spiral, and as you discussed, they got 9 CT rounds and lost the map last time, right?
Yes.
So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that at the forefront of our whatever cortex, something brain word. They're all weird names.
I use Google Keep for my brain, so put all my notes in there.
I use
Thanks for that,
Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, he's a bit old and dusty, but he gets the job done.
Well, Chad's generation.
You called me. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm the boomer.
Yeah, can't really diss the Jeeves though, and now Automatics found his second. Just taking control of this yard on that T side, and as we expected, this one was going to be an open and shut case. There's only 1 casualty to report, and it seems that will be how this one concludes. So Gen.G will be collecting their 4th, the equalizer. And if you missed Vertigo, it was, well, as chaotic as the first 4 rounds of Nuke. Long, arduous task for the Thieves picking up their map, and this was Gen.G's response. Victorious last time in the head-to-head on this very map, so certainly understandable as to why they would have brought it forward. Let's see if they can replicate that. We are going to be seeing all of that hard graft in the eco enable them to pull out the M4s this time.
There's not going to be the AWP in play right here. So the CT-sided setup that we're looking for has to be a little bit different. One of the setups that I have seen from the Thieves that they put out before is maybe Grat spotting, jiggle peeking from top ladder with JKS in the warehouse, hiding to the old, I guess it was red pole position back in my day. But no, they want to get... Does he want to get up close and personal? He's just caretaking, making it seem like someone's up close. So the rifles, it's going to make this a little bit harder. They have to give up territory. If Gen.G want to go for secret, if they want to take garage control, those fights are not going to be in the favor of the Thieves.
This is a hard lean outside though, right? I'm seeing 4. 1 Daps is on silo. They are going for a full... This is the most access we've seen from Gen.G, at least at the start of rounds. I'm not seeing them continue to commit. We've got outside smokes aplenty. Everyone has still got pretty much all of their utility. 3 flashes max have been thrown so far by the Gen.G squad. Kusta's keeping lobby safe. Seems like this is going to be a pause. He's holding the ramp push. He has lobby. 4 of them responsible for outside. What's the go, though?
It depends on the smoke wall, right? We've been talking about the L-frame one. We've obviously got the... It's going to be the standard secret wall, I think, coming on... Oh, no. This could be the aim map?
This is the L... This is the L-frame.
They want to aim map here. They want to take fights towards ladder base and towards top ladder as well as warehouse there with that annex smoke.
Yeah, they didn't smoke warehouse, and that's why, because Automatic has a full line of sight. Smoke with a gap. Kusta to try and find Liaz again. He's been winning this duel more often than not, but he has JKS in support this time as well. 40 seconds, and bomb loose still.
That first pick needs to translate now. They've garnered what they wanted, but there needs to be the end game in 30 seconds. I get nervous here. This makes me worry, but maybe I don't need to be. But look at these boys posted up. You've got 1, 2, maybe arguably 3 ready
Must
on
be
this.
top site.
It has to be. There's no other time, surely. And how are you going to clear this out now? You don't have much to work with. You've got the bodies to pour it at it, but JKS is there. Jacob in succession. This is a bit of a massacre, and Az has not even shown his hand. He waited till the end, and you had the start. You had maybe the middle, but where was the end?
Yeah, okay, so you asked the question. I'm just going to ask it again. Chad?
Yes, Mr. Richardson.
When you're sitting outside, you're defaulting, you're spending 40 seconds all just standing still. I imagine that's because you've got a very decisive 20 seconds ahead of you, no?
I think they were expecting a different look based off of the buy that was on the other side of things. You could see how much time they were spending clearing out those close corners, and when there wasn't any real aggression coming their way, maybe they were expecting a pop flash with a bit of a fight there wasn't any lobby pushing going on. I don't know how it got lost in translation, but they didn't actually do anything. They were just frozen. So there must have been a call that was made that made them think something else was on the other side. And, well, not to be the case. And this is the setup I was talking about just before. You can see JKS tucked in towards the backside of Warehouse there. We've got Gratisfaction over towards the ladder position with the AWP. And with this setup here, this is another passive one. You hope they go for another one of those slow leans so that JKS can play off of the information that Grat sends his way.
To the pace we just saw, I want to see Gen.G find that end game. Being pretty frugal with utility, they still have a fair amount left to play with, even at the minute marker. They're starting to show a little towards the outside, similar to last round, but this time a vastly different intention as they lean what looks like towards a ramp. So we might be seeing a little bit of a switch up on that. Liaz this time has to be ready for what's coming his way. The shoulder peek definitely gives away the game. He knows what's coming. Can he hold on to it well enough, Alex?
He's been tested multiple times by just Kusta. This will be his biggest test yet, and let's not forget, it's a new position for Liaz, and they say it should be 1 and drop. He's just gone for the drop, overwhelmed, and forgoes that part of the map. Forces Gratisfaction away from the outside, or he has to pick his poison. Bentet eliminated, lovely. Needed to hit that shot, and now he can address this ramp presence.
Go back, again, they're holding so long in these positions, maybe looking to try and exploit aggression, but we're not seeing it. 100 Thieves are being patient, they're being poised, they're being composed. And Liaz has already fallen back. He's all the way down by control room. The rest of the T's can try and take the site, but they're down, limited on time. They have to win these duels, and Daps does his job. Bomb going to be planted. Azza making a bit of noise, not going to be subtle. Tries to hinder it, not going to happen. And now the post plant.
This is working out wonderfully, and Daps' frags are the reason why. He won the duel on Liaz. Had he not, I'm not sure the bomb would have been planted. Certainly would have been a whole lot more chaotic. Azza would have had more cojones from his decon position instead of just opening the door and lobbing a nade blind. And now the bomb's ticking, and it's ticking at such a fast rate. You can see the Thieves are not interested in going for it. They do choose to concede. Grat on the retreat.
Yeah, huge round from Daps there, right? Only 2 kills needed, and they both came through the in-game leader. Not somebody who normally is at the top of the scoreboard for the squad, but getting the dirty work done here. That's going to be 5 on the board for the T side. Now, with Nuke, if you haven't been watching in recent times, it's been definitely back and forth. We've seen some teams who are able, like Astralis of the world, able to post 10+ T rounds. And the map, I was talking to Threat. We actually had him on the show before the break, and we asked the question, and he was saying that he thinks that Nuke, coming into the second half of the year, was going to change the CT's potentially approaching things a little bit differently. Not the case in this game just yet. Maybe we'll see it when the Ninjas get in the server on Nuke. But look, if Daps can pull those 2 frags away and there's no defense in that lower bomb site, I'm not sure if the plan was to go for a retake or not, but they only had one avenue, and that was either through secret or vents, and not good enough there from the Thieves as they go 5-5. Still can buy though. Ops back out. This pace is weird. The Gen.G, they're not getting stuck in early. They're not throwing a bucket load of utility to force out early rotations. They're kind of just waiting for the early stuff from Thieves and throwing their own. Okay.
Hello. Wow, an AWP spot you don't so often see, but what a shot! Just the tip of the dome, Automatics down, and another to be added to the list. Gratisfaction, he's playing aimbots. He's got 3, there could even be a 4th on the card, he's got away. That is so spicy, you're a sitting duck up there, and he's managed to make it work.
Was that more than a one and done? The man is great at this, and we wanted that flair. We wanted to see that unique aspect of what Gratisfaction is known for, but not always seen being, and that might just be a little bit of a glimmer of what we could expect in the future.
I'll categorize that as flashy, Lauren. There's no argument there. That's flashy.
He gets a tick. Does he get a gold star?
I mean, tracking someone's little, I think you had about the quiff of Automatic. That's all he could see.
This isn't done just yet, though. Grat has done the lion's share of the heavy lifting in this round, but Som and Bentet, they've been able to get map territory. They've been able to find 2 kills. And in a map like Nuke, if they can slip into the backline and avoid a rotation...
The setup from Thieves looks good, though. Oh,
the timing.
That's changing my mind. Hang on. Okay. Love it. Don't love that. Bentet, so long range. He takes the fight with the AWP and body shots him down. 25. Lauren, this is getting a little nerve-wracking. Bombs on the back of them. 2v3. Now become a 2v2.
Liaz is going to be feeling the pressure here, sweating a little, but through we go. Let's see if he can hold back anything, or does he wait for post-plant? Does he wait for support to come in?
It made noise.
He definitely stepped. Did they hear it?
Bentet didn't hear.
I think Bentet only heard Vent. I don't think he heard it. Now they know where he is. Now the picture's painted. They've got a good idea where both are. As the retake begins, the clock does dwindle a little here. They need to get this one building. They haven't cleared out Bentet. He's still in the corner, but such low HP. Do they still check on it? They have to, surely. You can't go without it. No, lovely.
He didn't clear it.
No. That is the biggest disaster I've seen today, and that is a travesty. Win it or not, you're going to be tilted from that. Liaz has to make up for this, and Som, you've just got to play the time. That's all you got to do. Don't lose composure.
Lovely. No bullets. No time. Has he got it?
Close.
I don't think he has it.
What the hell was that? You flash it, you do everything. You go through all the motions, you do everything you're meant to, and then...
Gen.G. I mean, thank goodness for Bentet and Som. That shot from Bentet got them straight back into that round. Let's see how it started, though. I'm telling you, just the tips of Automatic's hair. Boop. Lovely. And there's more where that came from. He was ready for the swing. Kuster embarrassed, and there's a third added to that list as well.
It's a 2-on-5 they just lost.
That was a 2-on-5. Oof. I can even see the game in his glasses.
Oh, that's going to be a very
You talk about
hard
mental,
round.
Chad.
Yeah. This is where the problems start to come in, right? Yep. So, look, this is great from Gen.G. They're in a position right now to snowball this first half. Another bit of a limp in by Azza with the Mag 7. And once again, it's almost dry. They're happy to take the fights. Gen.G, they're playing aggressive, assertive Counter-Strike, but maybe not working out for them here.
Yeah, there's still danger. There's still a couple of players on a decent buy, and Liaz, he's going to be one of them. Grass Faction, I don't know how he's making it work, but he is. And this could be a problem for old Kuster if he's not careful. Had the haircut before, it might be the beheading next, so timing's going to be everything.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's just a tag. How did that happen? Kuster's kept control of it. Really well played by Kuster to make sure the threat suddenly goes from, you know, the red alert. It's back down to green.
Red alert. Now, that was a game.
It was. Do you remember the song?
No.
You would if I'll play it on my phone later, don't worry.
True. I had this kind of period where I was cool with just watching people play games.
Okay, I think a lot of people do that on Twitch.
Yeah, good point. I'd just go and sit behind Harvey and watch him play Red Alert. I never played the game, but I kind of played the game.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Good game.
Well, this game has a very weak CT-sided buy from 100 Thieves. They have the rifles. There's only one defuse kit in play. Keep that in mind. It's on Liaz's back right there. We don't have all the goodies. There's not Molotovs in everybody's hands. There's not flashes for retakes. There's not HEs to chip them down into M4. 1 dink damage. So, once again, Grat, he has got to get something done here.
Oh, ballsy, and they got him. That's a demo watch right there, ladies and gentlemen. Som and Kuster did their homework, and the teacher's given them a bright red apple. Nice quick kill. Access to secret.
Gold stars, apples. Your teachers were much nicer to you, apparently.
Yeah, you were raised in London. They probably just didn't shank you.
Yeah, today you don't get stabbed.
Congratulations.
Back home. 4 players still alive, though, for the CT side. They're certainly not out of it yet. But that's, again, these are tilting moments. You want confidence, you want comfortability, that comfort for your AWPer to be feeling like they can control that outer area. But reads like that make you uncomfortable. They make you feel, you know, that it's, you know, rent-free in their head sort of deal here. But as said, still plenty of power, and you're seeing them trying to worm their way around the map a little bit on the CT side.
But heaven, Lauren.
Exactly. It's because they have no control elsewhere. As they're well aware that someone's now potentially up there off the back of the flash. But how do you get rid of that? How do you eliminate it?
I mean, Daps' presence alone is going to force them to play differently, and he knows it. Into the aggressive lobby control then. This is going to be another weird round of Counter-Strike. This is not normal. Now Daps has got himself up to the site. As it goes unchecked, now they're going back in the CT's favor as they do crouch into lobby. They are hitting lower. JKS is going to be Molotov'd off. Where's that bomb? It's on Tim. Makes
25
sense.
seconds. Bloody hell.
And they'll be rotating in through ramp. Look at Som. He's taking some initiative here. Taking the space and then potentially taking the kills. Gets the first and he's getting out of there.
Yeah, swift escape on that. You don't want to stick around. It's a quick one and done. You back away, the drive-by. And now the last two, when it was 3, there was a little bit of deadliness to it. There was a little bit of timing they could have found. But that's dwindled, and Az might have their chances unless they get that big entry to start with. But there might be flashbacks for Jacob on the way back in, and I think they've realized that this ain't happening.
Oh, okay, so now Gen.G securing the half, right? This is 8 rounds on the board for them. This is great stuff. If you're getting 8 on the T side of Nuke, even regardless of the current meta, that's very, very good signs. 8-7 down the middle. Look, you're going to be happy with that. Thieves going into the second half, knowing they've already lost this, knowing they need to convert that pistol.
That's pretty meta.
Yeah,
See the observers making sure that it had observation as they did something fancy with the observation.
Nice one.
That's an observation I made anyway. It's the golf clap, man. This is Gratisfaction losing his life to some homework. That's really nasty for him. He was playing around that smoke. It looked so good. And the problem with that is, like,
that's what I used to
that
look
used
like.
to be you, Chad.
Yeah, it literally was. He's really picked that up from you.
He's stolen the face palm from you.
I think he's starting to feel what I used to feel.
You need to have a chat with him.
Yeah,
point,
look, I'll get him on the phone.
Get him on the old dog and bone.
Cheer him up a bit. But it's another one of these half-buy situations yet again. So we haven't seen these be too potent so far. Thieves need somebody to go huge. They need a multi-kill, right? They need someone to stop them in their tracks because look how quickly Gen.G take the territory. Ramp room, 1:35 left on the clock. What can the CTs do? We've seen them push for lobby control. We've seen them sit back. The territory, once they lose it, they don't know how to handle it.
This is a real tall order for Jacob. He is just trying to play ahead of that smoke, but they're anticipating it.
They're clearing all of lobby. Look at this.
Yeah, how thorough.
Oh.
This is where they started, by the way. This is supposed to be their territory. Head to ramp, head back. And even though there's a USP and a Mag 7, for some reason this feels rather deadly. I think it's Jacob's positioning that's getting me my hopes up. And we will find the first, expecting a second. The shoulder and the elbow is enough for Kusta to catch him. Keeps things level at the 50-second mark.
That's one of the rifles gone at least. You can still look towards JKS as being a threat, and there's still plenty of others. You've got armor behind this. It's not easy, and you know I don't like it when they run the clock too late, but they've got no molly, no nade, no nothing. Okay, creep up on the top there. Nice work from Bented to support Daps. And Kusta catching those rotations and beautiful positioning overall. I actually really like what Kusta's doing this map. I think his confidence from that Glock round is just echoed forward.
Yeah, I don't know what he did in that round. I do need to see it from his POV before I go to sleep tonight, that's for sure. And Som's had a haircut. Oh, I didn't recognize him. There he is.
The far right.
On the far right.
Yeah.
I thought, he used to have the mushroom top. Now he's kind of more...
mushroom
at the times. Yeah, well, when, cut your hair for... A lot of Corona people have got the Corona haircut.
Corona people have the Corona haircut.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Corona people.
During Corona times, a lot of people have foregone hair. Yeah, I didn't do it for a couple of months either. Now, this is looking like they wanted to go for a bit of a top rush fake. So those two Molotovs towards the hut position.
Bloody hell, Alex. It's been a while, to be honest, guys. I'm not used to having a mic in front of my face, so it's just going to take a bit of time to acclimatise. Gratz bringing the aggression. Please don't get caught out again. He's fine. Okay, let's reset. And JKS now starting to bring some of that flair to the server. Shuts down Daps' holding W aggression and a lot of access to secret. They're not making any secret about it, though. Charging straight into the spray. That's what we needed to see from the Thieves. Trying to stop double digits from becoming a reality on this T side from Gen.G. It's only on to automatic and impossible. 1 versus 5. There's flames and bullets and death in his future for this round.
They all push, though. And
it does kind of feel like they're all going to give him a fight eventually. There you go. That's a nice nade on the dome.
You want to take it away, obviously. I mean.
Another one.
Hey!
I think we'll leave it there, boys. We'll be right back.
Track, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Gonna do it like this, yeah, we never look back. emotions in super slow motion. It's time to lose your inhibition, developing a blind ambition. Fire it up, ignite it. I don't wanna fight it no more. I wanna see where this can go. I'm done with playing around, not knowing. Yeah, we've nothing to lose. We're lost at the night. We're feeling alright. My eyes are on you, and yours are on mine. We're feeling just fine. Just let it go. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that, gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never up. Got the bodies on tap, getting cloudy on it, getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track, yeah, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Gonna do it like this, yeah, we never up. The shots in my tap, everybody's on that, getting cloudy on it. Yeah, we do it like this, cause I look
I was running wrong so
at
many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah, and we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the light.
Looks like we could be set for 3 after 90 rounds from Gen.G. Scores on the doors have Kusta delivering, and some of the things he was pulling off were absolutely mad. We've seen some good shining lights from Gratis faction, but still, Thieves are going to have to do a whole lot on their T side now with the bar set so damn high by Gen.G. Daps pulling the strings. The Puppet Master now can take the back seat onto the CT side, and why don't we take a quick stock of how they're approaching this one. Plenty of util for Som. I like the full array. And Automatic's responsible for the early duels outside. Wants to make sure no one gets across, and he'll make that call now. One can be secret. Oh, you just see the tip of Jacob's head. Great accuracy coming out from Automatic, but ramp about to be tested. Daps needs more than one here.
Okay, Daps. He's the spearhead before, and he's not even needed to be, really. Som in support in such a nice way. Kusta there, too. They're all in the right place at the right time. And JKS, we have to call on him again. How often do we see this man having to be, you know, leaned on a little by the boys?
Well, if we summon the Juzzy Bear, that's the full nickname, maybe it's like going Super Saiyan.
We're not allowed to say that word.
Definitely not.
Can't say Juzzy
Oh, yeah,
Bear.
no. Can we get the Juzzy Bear out, please? It doesn't sound right in our accent, does it?
It would be a little roar. It wouldn't be like a big roar.
It's just like
This
a drop
is
bear.
terrifying. Good grief. He's given it a good go. Automatic on the right-hand side. He's so paranoid about that box. If he finds one, head, and there's the shot. They're giving it step by steps at the moment, and another RP one. JKS is so convinced by that box.
Christ!
Oh.
You don't do that. We don't lose those. We don't lose those. We don't lose those. We have a 3-play stack on ramp at the very end, and he almost gets 1v1s against 3 of them.
Though, that was so clinical. Well executed from JKS.
Yeah.
If he pulled that off, that would have been madness. I don't think there would have been any way, right? But the fact that he's able to get 2, it's extra money in the back pocket, right? So it should be the save coming out here from 100 Thieves. They've opted to just upgrade a couple of pistols here. This shouldn't be a Kusta round like we saw before. I feel this one should be dealt with quite swiftly. Now, if we want to... Hold up. Let's see if Kusta can deal with this.
He will. Here comes the first, and likely second not long behind it. Bit messy, and it will cost him his life eventually. Jacob finishing what his teammates had started, but doesn't look like it'll manifest into anything particularly exciting. Aza could get a plant here. Vent dive, but being chased, and he went for the burst. Got to admire that.
I swear I haven't seen a burst Glock work out ever.
No.
I like literally ever.
No.
It's an audacious maneuver. It's one that's reminiscent of games of past, you know?
Yesteryear.
Yeah, but now watching the demo back again today, one of the keys that 100 Thieves were able to get away away with on their T side is when they do get control of the lower bomb site, at least in the early stages of last time these two teams went toe-to-toe, they were locking out those rounds. They were doing a fantastic job once they got control. So they're really going to go through late ramp plays. They'll be doing the classic wall smokes to get across through secret. They even have a vent dive strategy where JKS gets straight under very, very early. But the problem was Gen.G started going for very swift rotations. When they knew where the Thieves were planning on going or they had a good guesstimation, they would heavy rotate. They'd have 2 or 3 players there. So I want to see how that pans out this time around. 100 Thieves might need to throw in a few more fakes or maybe go for the later round scenarios so that Gen.G can't gamble stack.
Now,
What?
it's Bentet. How is this timing so good? JKS was posted up for so long and Kusa in perfect support. The timing on that play back in from the CT side to re-aggress or even just aggress like that is wild to me. How are the 100 Thieves ever meant to read into this one? Automatic will be forced away, so some map control is garnered by the 100 Thieves, but by this point, there's so many additional players on the CT side, surely they can just outnumber at this point.
Certainly, but smoke shots randomly through the smoke will get the ball rolling in the other direction. Som, however, he's close to plenty. If he can tuck in on this corner, I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 out of this, Famas. They're heading up heaven. If he can take Jacob, he'll have a good sneaking suspicion, but Jacob, he clears it nice and clean. 3v3, 30 seconds. Pressure's on Gen.G though, so excuse me, the Thieves. They'll be going for that top site through heaven. This is perfect. If they both swing off that flash, they even find a first frag on the way in. Now it's going to be multiple targets for Bentet.
Wow.
He can't do anything. This will be the 7th for the Thieves, unless Automatic has something to say.
That's a wild 3v5 to be pulling off right there, and that's just through yard control, systematically finding the picks, very cautious, very careful, taking their time, not rushing it. Advantage with a few of those jewels right there, and you don't normally see a round fall apart like that. The T's didn't really have a lot to work with. They were just hitting some great shots and playing off of each other in trades. Jacob there with the flash into top side. Look, it did blind Gratisfaction, but I don't think he was expecting to find that rafter kill so quickly either. So everything was just falling in place there. And now this is going to be the 7th on the board, but you need to string a couple together. You want to make sure you break this CT-sided economy. If you take a look on the right-hand side of your screen right now, Automatic will be able to drop something, most likely an M4 or a Famas. Bentet will be able to buy himself right there. And then other players can buy on him with SMGs or shotguns. We can make those work on a map like Nuke. So not out of the hot water just yet of the Thieves. It was a big round to pull on off, but they need to string at least one more together.
So in pursuit of some consistency then, you can see some tentative Thief faces there at their fancy Cash App HQ in Los Angeles.
You see the emissions there. Daps obviously taking one for the team. I know those feelings.
Yep.
He's going to drop a rifle across and just have himself the Caesar, but on top of Hunt, he can ward that very well. Now the question is, will something aggressive come out from Gen.G, or are they going to give away the territory and hope that their individuals can hit the shots they need to? They have the advantage with the choke points, but as we can see, Thieves have the advantage with utility. They're waiting out any early aggression here. They're waiting to see if they want to poke their heads out and find an early frag, or they're waiting to see what type of buy they're dealing with, because we know that there's a buy coming out here from the side of Gen.G, but the 100 Thieves, they're not certain of that just yet.
The smoke's going out towards the outside area. They're leaning into it a little. Az is out there. They've got someone else joining him too. So you at least have a bit of presence. Jacob's out there with him. So work to be done, but tentative. You're right. It's that cautious air, and maybe need a little more. Go, one more bullet would have had it, but it sets up the others. Automatic and Gusta bounce on it and deny the door. My word. That was a shutdown and a half. Press faction. Too much work, too little time, and too many players.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Gen.G will find their 12th in very, very quick fashion. You said they had to string it together, Chad, and you can see the ramifications of not doing so. They've been thrown in the bin again. 3.4K, a very nasty number.
And that right there is enough money to consider maybe going for like a Tech 9 half buy, going for a top rush, going for one of those vent dive strategies, because you know that you had still a bunch of kills come through. You can keep that CT economy low. As you can see there, Justin looking very happy with how things went on down in the previous.
I feel like his neutral is that, though.
You think, oh yeah, that's true.
I've never seen him like pumped up. So it's just like, is that just
That's
him?
fair.
Like, you know what I mean? If you don't have the highest highs and lowest lows, maybe that's the best place for you, just right in the middle.
A slap bang in the middle. The Daps, I mean, I will consider it a whiff just because he had 2 players not looking at him at a CZ. You know, that could have been a lovely double. Great to see his team convert it beautifully. Kusta, of course, seems to be the man you can count on for Gen.G in this game. Transitioning into Nuke anyway. We do have Inferno waiting in the wings if you've just tuned in and are looking at the scoreboard wondering what is around the corner should we need it. It is Inferno where...
Take me there.
Yeah, I would be very ready for a little Inferno because we've seen teams winning their map convincingly if this continues at this rate.
And if this one goes 3, it'll be the first time all year that these guys have played a series that's gone 3 maps, and it'll be the first time that they've gone toe-to-toe on Inferno. So lots to look forward to.
CT side flexing that nice utility they've garnered with the additional money, just pocketed away, Molotovs burning and hindering any quickened pace, maybe the Tech 9 or anything else finding any early form, but not to be. The T's take their time, they're going to just kind of tuck in and play to whatever the go signal is for them. Smoke's lined up. It looks like, at least for now, a rinse and repeat towards the outside area. However, only Jacob this time there. Don't see Azra in the same spot. Maybe going to go up towards the silo here.
They lost that round where Grat got on the roof and got 3, didn't they?
Yeah.
God damn.
That comes back to bite you, doesn't it?
I can't stop thinking about it.
The multi-kill rounds seem few and far between unless it's maybe JKS and Jacob chipping
Oh, I
in.
love this utility set. This is always really satisfying, but I don't know where they go. I mean, you've got your lobby players. It's going to be 2 rifles out Squeaky, is it? Molotov for Hut and some flashes as well.
You're able to go for a vent dive behind this if you clear top of Hut and able to get a smoke towards that main position.
Yeah, he's got the main smoke line up here. Oh, this is the vent dive, is it not? Straight towards main. Dabs! So's the Q. Doesn't hit the shots. And Jacobs has managed to take him down, but the CT vent goes unchecked. It was held. JKS will find it. It might be a top site finish here. They've got full access. JKS, he's going to be getting that bomb down. The CT scarpering to get some form of retake set in motion. Som has got out.
You can't stop him, surely. I mean, these post plants are so good. They're just tucked in. Som does get a little ahead of the curve, though. Maybe Catcher as they're on the way. He wasn't too settled in. And Kusta chomping at the bit, but Diaz is waiting just on the other side of that vent. Still a little cautious over towards Crows, and the playback comes in. Now he swings out. He's going to go one. Gratisfaction found the other, but it's Kusta up against Gratisfaction. The HP is low in both camps. Time's ticking pretty quick by this point. Kusta needs this frag, and he needs it fast.
Yeah, but Gratisfaction, he's kind of called the bluff here. You can hear the sound cue. He knows that round is his. Nice and easy. Doesn't have to lift a finger. Both so low, both so tentative. And the Thieves will take it. A little more messy than I anticipated after their initial frags, but nearly that team ace, everyone finding 1 and contributing.
Well, they've broken the money, right? So Kusta holding on to that rifle might be enough to make them limp on in because Daps, you've got Som there. They will have to go for saves or double saves. So they will go for the force by here. They're going to do their absolute best. And now I'm curious to see what the approach is from Gen.G. Do they want to go aggressive? Do they want to sit back? They don't have a lot to work with, right? You can see here it's they've gone down to the op shop and they've come back with, well, not an outfit that I'd be wearing, but it's the best one they can, but it's an all-in. You can see how much money they've invested. Everybody's almost down towards 0 besides Kusta.
Okay, Kusta, I like the aggression. It's not something that he's thrown at them too often, and it's rather unchecked here. He'll have the sound cues of Silo. That's been communicated to Automatic, a responsibility he can only obtain with the Scout. They want to find him with the jump spots. Jacob does. He swings out and gets nothing for his efforts.
Damage is there, but you needed a little bit more. I guess this might play in, if you're looking at silver linings, the Deagle, the CZ, the Scout a touch, but you would have wanted more, right? That rifle, maybe the kill, maybe a little bit more damage with the Lush.
Yeah, like a nade and a Scout body shot, suddenly we're cooking. There's some more damage. Right. Now that Scout is deadly. Now that Deagle body shot does kill 2 people with 1 bullet. You know, this is certainly adding up to some potential for Gen.G, but Automatic has extended it even further. Catching 1. The suspicion is it's going low side, and Bentet's on the perfect flank. Oh, Grat suspects, and Bentet loses his head. Perhaps Gen.G lose the round. Looking good. Hiding in the corner is Som. Azza will find him from Decon.
I like this cheeky play, though. I like the way they're trying something creative. I mean, I don't think you're going to win this in a pound-for-pound fight. So try and find those small ways. Try and find those slightly cheesy approaches. And Som, just as said, trying to wait for the play to come in. Not going to happen. Nicely handled thus far as Daps is your only man standing and gets nothing done. So even though the threat was there, it was quelled, it was dealt with.
So now this is where we see those force buys come on in, right? The decision had to be made. Gen.G knew that there was a double eco on the cards, but now that eco comes through. So likely we don't see too many upgraded pistols. They need to hold on to every penny to be getting that utility going forward in the game, and they still have the, I was going to say commanding lead. The score is 12-9, soon to become, if everything goes to plan, 12-10. It's difficult to see Thieves dropping just to USPs on a map like Nuke, right? Especially with all the utility in play, the fact that you can actually take a lot of yard control, take long-range fights. And if they do it in that fashion, well, they should be setting themselves up to get the double digits themselves. So this one here should be a quick one.
Should being the operative word. Just tapping away, and so is
Kusta and pistols.
Yeah, not too shabby. This will be traded, and Az is having his fair share of issues, cleaning it up. 2 rifles now dropped. They're going to want to make sure. Oh my god, another dink. Careful, folks. It is only Som with his unarmored USP, but losing 2 rifles, certainly not ideal. I think they've taken the time to at least try and make them a little less accessible. But should be the lower plant and an impossible retake for Som, maybe just trying to scavenge something off the battlefield. But this is the Thieves starting to close the gap. You know, we were starting to talk about Inferno, and as soon as I threw that topic into the realms of possibility, it seems the Thieves have managed to stabilize.
Well, you could say they're stealing it away, Alex.
You could. You could if you wanted to. Yeah, they're giving it 100%, Chad.
Oh!
Not much I can do with Gen.G.
Is it generation?
I mean, I assume so. What else is it? Generate, gentle giants. Oh.
No, I actually have no idea. I've actually never seen, like, I've cast this all.
I'm calling it
games,
generation. Wait,
I wanna
Google,
look it up.
are you on it?
I'm
Ask Jeeves.
You might
Jeeves, what's Gen.G?
you might be upsetting people like when I call Carlos's all gamers too. I know.
Oh,
that
you
he
can't do that. You can't do it.
Well,
He's in trouble.
he likes to banter us on the socials. So
Right.
I have a microphone in front of my mouth. Sometimes I like to banter him.
Certainly.
It's all fun and games, right?
I think so.
On the 3rd of May, KSV Esports rebranded to Generation Gaming.
So
You're on
Alex,
air,
you're on
Alex.
air.
We're not just with your friends. You're not just talking to your friends. You're doing a broadcast. This is work. This is actually work, Alex. You have to talk differently. 12
all
to 10,
being shown
ladies
now.
and gentlemen. And we've got ourselves a game of Counter-Strike, which is a game that had a tenured history of over 20 years. That's me trying to get
Right.
back onto topic.
No one will remember
Back
what you
on
said.
to the Counter-Strike. All right, so Lauren Pansy Scott,
Yes. Alex.
you do the job you were assigned for, please, and do some commentary.
I almost fell off my chair, but yes, I can try.
Like,
Oh.
don't spoil it. We're standing up when they see us. Don't tell them we're sitting down.
Well, I'm sitting down. Chad,
I'm kind of
You're...
straddling the chair.
All right, Alex isn't allowed on the microphone for the next round. We need to take it away from him, give him a little bit of cool-down time. And speaking of cool-down time, this is a nice little kind of casual approach here, Chad. It's not particularly pacey. It seems they have something in mind, and it's not a quick hit.
Lauren, they haven't used a grenade, and we have a minute on the clock, so this is very unusual to see from the T side here. But the smokes will be coming on out, and we look at these deeper ones here. We call in this the L block set of smokes. As the last one will dribble on in, and you can see the L that it forms there, covering off a passage towards Secret and Warehouse. But we see teams push up close and try and sneak through it, and Kusta well aware that's a freebie. They must know it's coming.
He is so comfortable out there. Different smokes every time, still able to get one and disappear.
35 seconds, though.
This timing. I get nervous on these rounds when they run it so
Where do you
late.
finish? It must be lower. Yeah, 3 of them walking down with a bomb. They've left Jacob up top.
There's no one lower. This is what I was talking about. Gen.G, they didn't rotate to the lower bomb sites to stop them. They try and play retake it with not too much utility left. And look at all the utility on 100 Thieves. Still, they have Molotovs, flashes,
Can lock them
nades.
out for the rest of the round.
Yeah, and Jacob could even go for a flank here, but this timing of the player coming down Secret is everything.
Who is that? Who's that? Oh, it's Som down there. Okay, maybe there's still a little bit of danger afoot, and the problem is no time to recover. 7 seconds. Can he stop the plant? No. Automatic found JKS, but the plant... Where is it? Oh, it did go down. Bomb is planted. Takes down Kusta. But this is deadly. And yes, the util was there, but they've got to land the shots. And the CT side are so quick to get down there and be relevant to all of this matter. Automatic's presence has been massive. And now Jacob left in the 1v4 in this. A Molly?
Oh, it's good, Molly.
Oh.
Just a little shy. That sucks. That could have been the difference maker. But it will be 13 for Gen.G, he says with a smug smile.
Yeah, that was... Look, I know that Azza went down and they couldn't respond on that. You also don't want to spam back, right? People might be like, why didn't they try and spam back? Why don't they take Kustrong? You don't want to give away the strat. They stay quiet for the first 55 seconds of the round. Nobody made a noise. They were quiet as a mouse there. But I thought once they were able to get lower control, they should have been able to lock this out. The Molotov missing meant that Som here is able to stay poised, push forward, and that's a bit of a fumble. The frustration now starting to creep on in. Ooh, I know what...
I rarely meet human beings who talk so clearly with their eyes.
Yeah.
JKS, he's talking to all of us.
Yeah, I felt that one.
Yeah, that's... Chad, can you just stop living vicariously through their webcams? Anytime there's someone sad, that's me. Oh.
It's because he's been there.
Did you know that Chad was sad?
He's been there.
Oh.
Still sad, Laura.
Nothing.
You don't make me cry. I couldn't fake crying. I'm not good at that.
Some people make a career out of it.
Oh, all right.
Been on Twitter recently, Alex. Calm down.
Alrighty. Now, this is the business end of the game here. 13 on the board. Thieves with the plant. They're able to get another full buy going on through. They're not staying as quiet this time round, but they're still not opting to go for yard control early. They want to sit back. They don't want to be the ones dictating the pace. I think they're expecting Gen.G to be more aggressive, to go for some gambit plays here, but they're not being greeted with anything. It's just a standoff. Everybody's sitting back. It's like, cool, yeah, we'll wait.
Is this an evolution, do you think, from the last time they met? I mean, I don't know how much you can read into that, or is this just 100 Thieves approaching it the way they feel is best?
Yeah, but by playing it a bit slower, you take out the risks, right? Because as the smokes start to fade, that means the CTs need to drop on back. It's going to give you a bit more of a fair fight. You can take some more advantageous duels. I understand the thought process, but by not going for territory early, we're seeing the pressure of the clock come on in time and time again.
So we're out in yard, and Grat, if he gets across, and that's a big if, because I imagine that duel is coming his way, and again, Kusta's going to get not only one, but two. Automatic fills the feed with another. And just like that, Gen.G take a leap closer towards Inferno as a third map decider.
Also, think about some of the rounds the Thieves won. It was a 3v5 they won earlier as well. These haven't been convincing on the T side, and well, convincing for Gen.G as they're going to be putting number 14 on the board here.
It couldn't be more convincing. You can see just 5 full health bars, and Jacob about to make a sound cue. Bentet a little slow, but Automatic was not on that trade. Instantaneous securing that 14th. Round 25, map 2, final series of the day. Jacob's thinking hard about how they can turn this one around. I know for the Thieves, after a Vertigo success, it would certainly be nice to lock it up and put a cherry on it in the second, but it doesn't look like Gen.G are going to bow the knee. And I do think that outside might have to be off the playbook, considering how consistently Kusta's finding one, if not two.
He seems comfortable.
I mean, let's test ramp a bit. Let's dip our toes in it, or let's try something else. Just the pistols this time, though. We're going to be seeing Glock full eco, and yeah, Jacob does have some friends. Automatic throwing out the flashbang, Lauren. I know you're going to make a snarky comment about that, but I'm not going to let you. Diaz is burning down as well. I don't say snarky half as much as I should. Wow, that's
a good word.
Come out.
I liked it. I like to bring out the best in your vocab.
You do, apparently. You really do. I get all those weird British words. They slip on out.
All right, Tim. Oh, you love to see it. He wasn't even peeking at the time, but, you know, the concept's really exciting.
He does have the bomb, so getting your bomb across to lower is actually going to be, you know, half of the fight on an eco like this. You get a bomb plant, that's mission accomplished. I don't know whether or that's even in the realms of possibility. You've got the Deagle on, I believe it's Gratis Faction, and one on JKS. So if you start firing off Deagle shots, the CTs will address it.
I hate this pacing. I know it's only an eco, but these gun rounds, I was hating the pacing as well.
Defaulting for 20 seconds, then doing outside smokes and grouping up and finishing somewhere, that's standard T-side nuke, is it not?
Yeah, but there was a round that they waited 55 seconds before they'd even thrown anything, and I'm not quite sure, because I know that they have faster plays in their strat book. Maybe they were waiting until they were able to secure one of the standard rounds before bringing that in, but it's too little too late now, as Som's going to mop that one up in the lower bomb site, 15 on the board. This is just 5... rounds in a row. The Thieves need to take this one just to overtime. It's not seeming likely, and now, if you're Daps, you're thinking, well, they've done slow plays. We're going to expect something a little bit faster. That's normally how this one goes.
So get your stop mollies, make sure heart squeaky. Good grief. First game of the day, getting the sleep out the eyes, perhaps.
It has felt like there hasn't been that personality. I think back to Vertigo, the T side. JKS, super aggressive, super stylistic, but again, we'll see.
Of course it is.
The read is
Through the
so
flames!
Good. Even Chad knows it, Bentet knows it, everyone knows it. Flashes her up, but the players are on the site. But Az is there, and maybe Azza is just enough to break back in. But as the bomb goes loose, it's not over yet.
It's certainly not. Nice catch from Som on the flank, pushes ramp room and catches Jacob. The bomb does not get planted, but at least this pace has put them in a winnable mid-round. We've got a 2v2. Everyone can sit back, relax, and play a game of wingman for match point and map point. Azza, double kill, looking for the plant, and he will find it. Liaz in perfect position to defend. He's got himself covering heaven, Automatic walking in from main. He's already scoped up, so the sound cue and Liaz, they do burn him. They'll be able to nade him. That nade can kill him.
Chunk.
And that's all on to Azza now. 69 on the health and 2 to find. Both got kits, Molly, Smoke. It's all very intimidating. Azza still paranoid about the potential from Heaven. He knows it's Automatic, who's gone completely unannounced, still sitting eye to the scope in main. Now opting for the deagle. Here comes the push. Time, and it is of the essence. He gets the first. Som's running out of time, running out of chances, and Azza pulls the Thieves back into another round of play.
Well, the pace change came in. You know, we saw it coming from a mile away, but it was the in-game leader needing 4 massive frags to secure this one right here. Now, I thought he was going to maybe overpick with the left eye pick. The AWP would take him out from that main position and would lock her away and go into map number 3. But this here could be the turning point. If Azza can get fired up, start feeling the calls a little bit more, the boys can get on in here, maybe they can battle this one back. It feels very unlikely. I think this is probably going to be the last round. I got an inkling, a gut feeling. I'm not sure. This could be the vent dive? Yeah, no.
Certainly want to make it look like that.
Be a little indicator, lean towards ramp potentially, but the damage.
I'd love to check utility damage. I do feel like the Gen.G one's going to be significantly higher. Som's under some pressure here. Well, automatic in support.
He's right there. He's in support, perfectly positioned. He's got one. He can't get away in time. Nice trade back in from Jacob to not let him get away with murder. But still, ramp control is garnered. But what do they do with this now? I still want to see that pacey, sort of aggressive style that garnered them that last round, that gave them what they had. But this slowdown, this hindrance gives Som a second to think and reposition and hold and wait for support.
Should get this. That's clean. Gen.G, they're on their way to Inferno. 2 kills separating them from a third map. Azza, Jacob remaining and capable. But towards the decon door, the timing from Bentet. He heard the sound just as Jacob lifted his feet from the floor. Bentet charged in. Azza to save the day again, and it's not going to happen. Daps fires the final bullet of map 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all the way. Gen.G take their map pick, and we will see Inferno to decide the winner of the opening game of Group A here.